Labour would also put its own Brexit plan up for a vote, a comprehensive customs union with the EU and close alignment with the single market. LoadingAnd would support a vote for a second Brexit referendum, to prevent a damaging Tory Brexit being forced on the country. Corbyn was expected to say, "One way or another, we will do everything in our power to prevent no deal and oppose the damaging Tory Brexit based on Theresa May's overwhelmingly rejected deal." Labour's Shadow Foreign Secretary Emily Thornberry said on Monday night she and Corbyn would campaign for Remain if there were another vote. Prime Minister Theresa May has repeatedly opposed calls for another referendum, saying it was the duty of the government and Parliament to respect the result of the 2016 vote. On Monday, May continued to insist the UK would leave the EU on the 29th of March, despite more calls from Conservative MPs for a delay, and European Council President Donald Tusk saying a delay was a rational solution to what would otherwise be a chaotic Brexit. May said, "A deal acceptable to Parliament was within our grasp and that's where my energies are going to be focused." Loading a House of Commons vote on the Brexit divorce deal had been expected this week but will now take place on March 12, May has said. Instead, there will be a vote on Wednesday that could be used to express the Parliament's wish for a referendum or a delay. Corbyn said he was convinced his alternative Brexit plan would be acceptable in Brussels and in the House of Commons. Corbyn has so far resisted a push from both MPs and party members in favour of a second referendum. He was reportedly worried about the reaction of Labour voters. More than a third of those who voted Leave were Labour voters, and many Labour seats voted for Brexit. Some Labour MPs in those seats are likely to reject the party whip and vote against a referendum. However, MPs and members also suspected Corbyn of resisting because he was secretly in favour of Brexit as a project. Loading Corbyn's position on Brexit was cited by all 9 MPs who quit Labour last week. It has also reportedly led to a wave of Labour members cancelling their membership. Corbyn and his leadership group fought and lost against a push at Labour's party conference last year to support the option of a second referendum. In the end, they were persuaded to support a motion that anticipated, should Parliament vote down a Tory Brexit deal, the best outcome for the country is an immediate general election. If we cannot get a general election, Labour must support all options remaining on the table, including campaigning for a public vote, the motion said, which had the overwhelming support of Labour Party members. Brexit opinion polling according to whatduckthinks.org. Credit, whatduckthinks.org. Most polls show a clear though narrow preference for Remain if there were a second referendum, but much more disagreement over whether there should be one. A survey poll in January found that 46% of the country would support a second referendum once negotiations with the EU were over, compared with 34% opposed and 20% who didn't know. However, another poll by YouGov found 36% supporting the principle of a new referendum, with 49% opposed. Almost half those polled said the idea was undemocratic. In the survey poll, among Labour voters, 59% wanted a second referendum, compared with 25% opposed. A YouGov poll in early February found that only one-third of Leave voters the first time round thought May's deal was a better option than staying in the EU. However, another YouGov poll in January found that a referendum was only voted fourth favourite option. Most popular was no Brexit at all, followed by a no-deal Brexit, followed by accepting May's deal. Only 8% of respondents picked a second referendum as their most desired outcome. London Mayor Sadiq Khan welcomed Corbyn's decision, saying, "It is the right decision for London, and for the whole country, to give the public their say." For the first time on a final Brexit deal, he said May must put a halt to Brexit to give us time to sort out her mess.